Praise the Lord. I'm going somewhere, follow me. Now, there's one thing we do not consider. We are not the only ones interacting with the farmland. The book of Matthew 13:25 says that when men slept, the enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat. So it simply means that you are not the only one sowing in your farmland. And that is where good people get it wrong. So the servant was asking, he said, how did these stars get here? He was asking his master. We did not plant them. And the answer was simple, an enemy has done this. So which means people can plant on your farm. Nature can plant on your farm. In fact, strangers can come and harvest what they not plant. That's what it means. Your farm, if strangers not come harvest them, rabbits will come and destroy them. Grass on its own will grow. That's life. Some of the things are biological. Some of the things are spiritual. Some of the things are nature. But one thing is concerned, one thing is certain. You are not the only one planting on your farmland. And that ignorance is what is killing us. Those that are good, we are so, I want to put it, we are so simple that everything can access our farmland. Life is spiritual. Not everything that shows up in a person's experience was consciously chosen by them. God plants, men sow. Sometimes the enemy attempts to interfere. That's why Jesus said, every plant which my heavenly Father has not planted will be uprooted. Matthew 15 verse 13. Meaning God's authority is final. But at the end of the day, not the only one they plant for your farm. Now, why good people experience difficult times, many sincere believers assume that because they are good and faithful and prayerful, nothing difficult will ever arise. Have you noticed that? Best when they do bad, they are always extremely protective of themselves. You go feel say, Christians will always use this word, and not spoil person, nobody will spoil, but I lie you. They go spoil your own way. And not keep person, nobody. Foul where they walk out. He kill Hawk picking. When Hawk won't carry you. That's life. An evil person will walk up to a native daughter's house. Nobody they pursue him. But the Bible literally say the wicked run it when no man pursue it. Because he understands that life is wicked. So he's actually looking for trouble where there is no trouble. He's actually assuming that a trouble is coming. And because of that, he's always on guard. And that's the problem with us. An average Christian woman believes that my husband leaves the house in the morning, he comes back in the evening, nothing is happening. And so she's so relaxed. And my husband does not cheat. And so you do not pray and watch over him like a mom. My wife is so reserved. That's how somebody will come and start depositing evil thoughts in our hearts. And one day that reserved wife you got married to will turn into somebody you will not recognize. An evil person will walk to a nature place. They never shoot at one soul, you will go for one mercy. They have not caught him with cocklass once. You will go cocklass mercy. Snake, scorpion. Literally, you will go to an herbalist and say, what do I do to protect my business? What do I do to protect my children? The pastor said that there was a day the father practiced traditional worship. One day the father took him to Benin Republic. He said they placed him on top heap of stone and dirt and bathed him with blood, all because of protection. A little child, nothing they happened to. They're not the Pursuan. He wasn't sick, nothing. The father entered motor, drive from Nigeria, traveled to Benin Republic to fortify the child. Thank God today the child is the pastor. The child say after that fortification, the might come and say nothing they happen. He then died papa's strength. Even the idol could not affect him. They could not punish him for stealing. A man said, a friend of mine that I know knew back then in school, he said he was coming from Abuja one day. He met one man. As he was talking to the man, they were just talking. The guy that time 2.2 just came out. The guy was driving a very clean 2.2, an Hausa man. So the man, as they were just talking, the man was coming to Edo State, and the man just said, okay, enter, let me just, those when you stand for road and stop strangers' cars. So the man I said, hope you are not complaining. I think they got to what's it called? Putin Lokoja environs. The man just said, hope you are not angry. I just want to divert and see somebody. And they enter. I said they just tried discipleship. Then they now entered one small road and they got to the place and just one small building inside. He said they got there. He saw a tiger, in real life, a tiger sitting very close to the man like a dog. The Baba just sat on the chair. As the tiger saw them, the tiger stood. The hand fan the Baba was holding, the Baba used it to hang the tiger and kind of sat back. Say, fear. Said the man said, no fear. The man came out, went into the bag, collected 2 bags of money and brought it and gave it to the Baba. And the man went to one stone, stood there. There's a pot close to the stone. You take water from there and you bathe. He said, as the man bathed finished, the man came. The man was not like, you will like bath. Don't worry, I'll pay. He said, no. The man said, see that place, eh? They don't burn the family problem that you carry. So you see that place, they don't burn where they don't carry your name. As long as a problem upon your life, as you stand there and bathe there, it is settled. He said, now help I want help. The guy said, inside mind. He said he wanted to do it, but inside mind, it was not like, what of if subscribe the one is unsubscribe? Then they now left. The man said, okay, no problem. They now left. So when they came down, when they got to Epoch, the man brought out bundle. I think then that new 200 naira just picked up, that old one. The man brought the bundle and gave to him, and he collected it. Why he was sharing this story, he was regretting because his life did not turn out the way he wanted. He was sharing this story, he was regretting that if he had known, he would have waited there. Now, why did I share this story? This guy was doing well for himself. He already had money. He already had waited there before. And so he said that every problem, when you bait there, it is settled. And yet, he still goes there to bait for a problem that is not there anymore. But if now we Christian, you will just ignore your life. When was the last time you entered your office and you say see, people have entered your office and sat there. That's how they sat on your market. Suddenly, the business not dey work again. But an unbeliever literally understand this thing. Every day or once in a week, that water when you go river go carry, you see am. Every evil leg, I promote to man. Every this, I remove this. Every this, I remove this. He's just doing it. Whether the business is under attack or not. And you wonder why they go far. The Bible advises us to give to the poor, that when you give to the needy, you are lending to God, and God will pay in full. We will wait until there is a spiritual emergency that demands that God somehow show up for you, and so we go and lend to God so that He can show up for us. We will wait, but an unbeliever automatically know whether there is an emergency or not. It doesn't matter. For me, my arsenal must be. That's why good things, bad things happen to good people. You do not understand that the fact that you are good doesn't mean you are the only one family in your family, and that's what I'm trying to say. That if you are not careful, someone else will come and plant something that will kill all your harvest. An average guy in the world, literally, I told somebody something. I said, an average going there to ask Baba to make him rich. Make Baba give her rich. You dey for me to make your own money. But now she has gone there. Baba don't give her, don't do something for her. And he went to a club one day, and somebody just fancy her, and that's how relationship started. You see her go back to Baba and say, Baba, how do I? Because she knows that the fact that the relationship has come does not mean he will stay. Then Baba will give a chain, say put am for your waist, or use this one till they rub, or do like this. The moment he sleep with you, he's hooked. Now that she has slept with him, she still go back to Baba and say, I know you have stayed with me, but is there anything? Baba will say, now take this one, put it before. The point is she constantly check her farm. Because you understand that someone else can do something else that will be better than what she has invested. But you see good people. See good people. We go just sit down. Then we get this mentality. Wetin God say, man? Na lie you. See. Maybe one of the day I'm teaching on the prophet. I'm literally doing the prophetic class. You will know that everything that you are and you will be and you will not be and you are supposed to be and you are not supposed to be is all mapped out in your DNA from the beginning of the world. I will explain it when but that one is extremely prophetic class. There is what we call mathematics in the prophetic, when I can literally use your birth dates. For example, every first child is the light of the family, according to prophetic number. Every second child is the one that constantly is acting like he's looking for unity. But the unity not ever happen. But they are constantly acting like they are looking for unity. It's not a prophetic class, so let me just jump. Every fourth child is literally the one that has more spiritual connection in the family. Every fourth child. When it comes to spiritual connection, it is heavily deposited in the fourth child. That's why I am who I am. I'm the fourth child. Then you see the fifth child. They have this grace that you think they are using jazz. Anywhere they go, if they put their mind to it, it works. Anywhere they go. But this is not prophetic class. If I decide to teach that, you will now notice that from the day they gave birth to you, that month, that day that they gave birth to you, actually you were not born by mistake. It's actually your life story. If I'm explaining it, you will now notice that everything I'm saying is actually how you act and how you behave. Find out your birth mates that was giving birth the same time with you, and it happens that it's also the same number in you in your family. You will notice you have the same character, basically. So if you think what will be will be, it has already been written in the laws of destiny before now. The Bible says it is the duty of God to hide the thing. That is the way of God to hide the thing. It's the duty of kings to search it out. So which means it's your duty to work hard in your life. If you are waiting on God, like, check throughout your Bible. Now all these spirits they work out. When God created the heavens and the earth, the Bible says he rested. Since that time, there's no way from there to Revelation that we saw that God stood. Nowhere. Except one time when he wanted to give judgment among the gods, and he stood up and gave judgment. But that's another topic for another day. Many sincere believers assume that because they are good, faithful, and prayerful, nothing difficult should ever arise. But scripture shows us that even good seeds need attention, otherwise they can be killed. When a farmer plants, he does not abandon the field. He returns to water it. He returns to guide it. Naturally, you plant corn, you will notice that you go and make a fence around the farm. Otherwise, animals will come into that farm and destroy it. So if you can defend your physical farm like that, why can't you do it to your life? Why can't you once in a while search once every week, make a decree, whatever the don't plant, you are not permitted to stay. We just let, sometimes you stay in your store, somebody came to your store, the minute the person went, your mind just tell you that you should pray for the store. We will not tell ourselves that you are overthinking things. That's what we tell ourselves sometimes, that you are overthinking it. Your mind is literally telling you, your spirit is literally telling you that something bad has happened. Uproot it before it starts growing. It's not telling you to go and accuse anybody. It's just saying uproot it before it starts growing. And 7 months after that visit, you cannot explain what happened to your business. Have you seen people? They'll say, my friend visited my house. Since that time, my husband's been acting funny. My husband traveled to the village. Since that time, he has been acting funny. Since my wife got this job, since that time, he has been acting funny. Visit regularly to remove the weeds. Not because the seed is bad, but because weed grows naturally in a fallen world. The Bible told us that the earth is filled with darkness, and gross darkness has covered the people. So which means, even if person will attack you, or there is no physical attack to your life, or there is no spiritual attack to your life, naturally, as long as you are on planet Earth, bad thing naturally happens to everyone that is on planet Earth. That's what the Bible is saying. That naturally bad things happen to everyone. So you buy a car, naturally, the moment you start driving the car starts dying. That's life. Have you noticed that once you start using electronics and you stop using it, whether you know use it or you don't use it, 2 years later on that electronics problem don't dey. The truth is, the moment you start using anything, it start dying immediately. So the moment you are giving birth to, the moment you enter this world, a process starts. And what's that process? The person starts dying. Whether you live to 90, the end result is still death. Whether the person lives to 70. So the moment you enter this world, a process start, the process death naturally. So it is not you who intentionally keep death at bay by not doing certain things. You buy a car, the car they do vroom, 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 vroom. They make sound that you cannot explain. Instead of you to take it to the mechanic, you now say, let's manage it. That's how you be in express. As the car is going, the next thing, there is a swerving of the car, and your rod already, now something they hold on, the rod already do go. Before you know what's happening, the two tire will just, and so you use chest of the car to enter ground. The next thing, the person fly come off of the car. Hit his head on the tar road, head burst, that's how it ended. For something that could have been avoided. And now, you will not say it's an attack. Yes, it's an attack, but it could have been avoided. A girl died yesterday because of snake bites in Abuja. When the snake bite her, she carried herself to the hospital. There was no snake poison, snake antidote. Maybe she know traditional place that she for wrong go there. Now snake antidote, the drugs that they find, till the poison spread to over her body and her heart. She went there with her leg, now the body come outside. And of which you know that even though if it's a spiritual attack, those snakes did not, don't let anybody deceive you, those snakes not vanish enter that place. I will come over it. There was a time I sat on top of the snake in my father's house, and that place, there were some heap of cloth, children now. That side, there was some heap of cloth there, and I sat there. It was when the cloth felt like it was shaking one kind. I can't remove the first one where they there. I saw a very black cobra, and I've sat on it. The thing don't they shake for. I just, that kind of thing you go adjust. You go adjust, thinking that you not sit down. Well, not knowing that I was sitting on top of the snake. Thank God that was a period of my life when I was studying the book of Revelation and the book of Daniel. Oh God, no, maybe that closeness to God was what prevented that stuff. Sometimes you see cobweb for your husband. You just leave it naturally. Why will you stay around there? The point is being intentional with your, because see, there are so many openings on planet Earth, especially we in Africa. For advanced countries, some of those portals has been closed. You can be in some country in the West Sea, and for the full year there will not be road accidents because the portals has been closed. So there is no spirit alive that can influence road accident by bad road. But for Africa, we plenty die. For abroad, a pregnant woman will not just easily die anyhow. Because the moment doctor look, the government will force you to accept CS. Because if not, if you survive and you insist, your own body, you will go to jail for it. So the government will force you to say, with this condition, don't stress of yours, your husband will sign. They will just roll you. Carry the baby for us. Things are already. When my mom was in the UK, she said, and there was a time she was sick, so she called the emergency system. So when she moved to the big van there outside the wait. So immediately they came, they used one, you know, this blanket to keep cool. It's like it shines one kind. They use a wrapper, do everything. They said before she reached hospital, the attention they gave to her, she don't wait. She was not like, wait, a small problem I talk now. What's wrong with all this one? Because she's not used to it. You have not paid anything. You have not done anything. And by that time, she wasn't really a direct citizen because she has paper. So she doesn't understand why you are giving me this treatment. But in a system where life is valued, certain things are taken care of already. But you see, we in Africa, it does where open plenty. Like, a man can decide not to marry a girl again because of traditional rights. Once he see the list, the moment he see the list like this, we can create money again for account. Before you never finish, they do the list, talk more of doing the party for marriage. And the people who want benefit for the list, they don't even know how to get to go school in the first place. The uncles where they say, what about Umu Ada, Umu this, how now they call her for all the community of young women association, young boys. Then after you just give the girl people, you're going to give the youth community themselves. Like the youth community know where this girl from go. The man go your look and say, don't worry, I get one okay girl, 200K for marry her. She's carry your water. Now, spirit influenced that thing, but they were loopholes. Now, that same girl that is telling the husband, hey, I saw that they don't just go like that, she will stay out. Meanwhile, in that family, you will see someone else who goes to the father, or the father will not say, see, when I don't kill my son-in-law, and what you will get is this. In that same place, she will marry. Because the family has been able to check the farm and they have removed things that will prevent certain things. The same thing with your life. Your life is literally a farmland. Intentionally. Sometimes we allow the doctrines of men. Doctrines of men. Manipulate our lives, manipulate this, manipulate that. I told somebody, I said, if I notice you are stressed all my life, I'll cut you off. It doesn't matter. Some of us, you will know that somehow, this person, have you seen friends or family members like that? Anytime you tell them you want to do something, it's not going to ever get it. Funny enough, because now my brother, now my sister, now my father, now my mother, you still continue to talk. 15 years later, you don't get anything. It's your duty to uproot the things that are not there. Because at the end of the day, when we exist this life, everyone will stand and give account of his life. You will tell God, I should have had your house now. Why am I not your house? And God will show you 16 houses you were supposed to build. And you saw how you missed them. You saw how you missed them. An average unbeliever, he knows that there's no spiritual help coming from anywhere, so he constantly fights for himself. Sometimes in my house, in the night, sitting with water, and everybody does sleep, I'll just walk around the house. When was the last time you sanctified your house? Don't let anybody deceive you with nothing they have to do. You got the house. You left your house, nobody did. Not knowing that while you were quarreling somewhere with somebody in the market, the spirit that caused that quarrel there saw an opening in your house and came to your house and sat there. Sometimes you will just open your house as you enter. There's this odor you cannot explain, and you don't say water no pour for anything. After about 3 hours, the odor will not be there anymore. Because for this place, okay, maybe not people say, it's not because you're moving though. God allow you pick a signal that something negative is there, and instead of you to make a decree, I did not, like that day I came to church. Immediately I entered, I said there was a presence here. I could smell the odor. It was so heavy. And I think it's because of somebody, because after that prayer, that evening, something that person has been looking for more than 8 months. More than 8 months. That evening, he messaged me and he said, "Sir, that thing not there end." And he's getting it by, I think, Monday or Tuesday now. Now imagine if I just enter and I felt, because the smell was so strong that it felt like, say, smoke shit or somewhere or something like that. It was that strong. Imagine if I just entered and I just felt, and maybe I'll say, and at the end of the day, no picky. Sometimes we just, one of us here, one day was going home. As he was going home, he passed the transformer. He felt that atmosphere there was a little bit hot. Just like, let's say transformer is here. There was normal temperature. Immediately he passed here like this. He noticed here was hot. Then now remember that I said that anytime you notice an hot spot like that, most of the time you just walk past the road. Some of us are like that. It will be like, say, maybe you pass where the own generator, you don't see that place before one time. But there's no generator around you. You will just walk past like that. And that's how you inherited evil garments. He said immediately he passed it and he remembered what I said. It was not like that. Immediately he got it. He now noticed that he was sweating. From nowhere, just the sweat. Then, after a while, he noticed that the body became heavy. In his mind, he was just telling God, I'm a baby, so when he got home, he took his oil and applied there. Same immediately applied there, he noticed that he was getting in possession. Later, his body became calm. He now asked him, he said, so, imagine if I do. That was I say yes. That's how before you go 2-3 days, you will be treating malaria. No more. You will come here and say, I'm just 3 days sick, please. It wasn't that serious, he was just complaining, headache. And meanwhile, if he was an occultic man that experienced that thing, hey, once he don't deal with himself finish, we will go and ask questions. That's the truth. How many times have you guys had an experience and after you are calm, you ask God, who did this thing? Because there's a way you use people as example. After a while, your name will spread in the spiritual spirit will avoid you. That's why you see wicked persons, even in this physical realm, people fear them. You just notice that they do bad, and yet, even deities are afraid to, because he will not take it lying down. He will fight with everything. But we as Christians, now everybody can come into your farmland, plant anything they want plant, what they want to, and get away with it, and nothing will happen. Just we, only we.